Hello from the other side of the world once again, it's the fake Brit, and welcome to Vlogtober Day 5. Wow, nifty, it's already been 5 days. How time flies when you're having fun, yes? Yes, indeed. But today I'll be talking about why I'm no longer in the field of research, despite my educational background being a research-oriented program. In uni, I took a program called molecular biology, which is very research-related, very science-oriented. And it's basically about the really tiny stuff inside of our bodies, like cells, proteins, DNA, etc. Now this is a really research-focused course, and it prepares you for exactly that kind of a career. And actually I did go into research for a year, right after I graduated from uni, and that was in 2014, 2 years ago, and I worked for a full year as a researcher. And it had its good sides, it had its bad sides, of course. There's always two sides to the coin. The good side is I get to discover a lot of things every day. I get to be creative, and I get to tinker with bacteria and all the other cool stuff you can find in a laboratory. Yes, I did work with bacteria. Not the deadly ones, of course. Yeah, honestly, I did have fun tinkering around with little bugs. But then there's also the bad side. And first of that is what I'd like to call the grind. Research is very grindy, meaning you have to repeat a lot of things day in, day out, sometimes for long hours every single day. And despite having repeated the same experiment so many times, you still don't get the results you want. And no matter how much you tweak the procedure and manipulate the steps in order to hopefully get the results that you want, you still won't get the results you want. That's nature. It doesn't bow to your whims, it will do whatever it wants. And whenever you're dealing with a biological system, you cannot control the outcome. You can only control the environment, but the outcome is absolutely up to the biological system, which is already beyond our hands. And it has a tendency to mess things up so much and give us scientists a lot of headaches when doing experiments with them. And I've experienced that a lot. And it gets so grindy that it drains me mentally. Yes, it has come to that point a lot of times. The grinding and constant disappointments that are brought about by nature is very, very mentally draining for me. And so, for a time, especially towards the end of my job, I thought, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe there's something else out there that would be more stimulating to my brain than repeating the same experiments day in and day out, over and over and over again, expecting to get a different result, when in reality, I never get the result that I want. It's really frustrating. You have no idea. So I thought that there has to be something really, there has to be something different, a different kind of career that would make me feel a lot more fulfilled and satisfied with what I'm doing. The daily grind of research was not satisfying at all to me. In fact, it came to a point where it was annoying already. So I decided, enough of this, I'm done. The second reason is that I'm not really good at it. Yes, you heard that right. From the bloke who took a science course, he's now saying that he's not very good at science. Of course, just kidding. I still really love science, and I would like to say I'm good at it. But the thing is, I'm not good at the research aspect of science. As in research in the laboratory, like doing experiments and all that stuff. As I said earlier, it can get very grindy, it can get very annoying and frustrating. And there's another thing about me that makes me, well, at least the way I think of it, it makes me unfit to work in a laboratory. I'm a very, very haphazard person, meaning my brain is very messy. My thoughts are so messy. I cannot seem to get them organized enough. And because of that, of course, experiments in the laboratory suffer from my haphazardness. So It's a waste of time, a waste of effort, a waste of resources, obviously. And I must admit that the people I work with can do 10 times better than I can. So that is another thing that made me think, really, research is not for me. It's just not for me, because I'm like that. It's my nature to be haphazard. It's something I can't outgrow. I've tried being organized. I did try for the sake of science, but it seems that when I'm already there, when I'm at the lab bench doing all of the pipetting and the mixing and the setting up the machines and all that stuff, I revert to the haphazard mode. And really, it's not good for research at all. It's not good for progress. Heck, it's probably the reason why I'm not getting the results I want. Because I'm so haphazard at doing my experiments. And because I get annoyed at the research grind, all the more I become haphazard and to the point that I don't care anymore. So, it's not good, really, for the entire research community to have someone like me there. So I decided, that's it. After this is over, I'm only in here for a year anyway. After everything is done, I'm out. I've accepted the fact that I'm designed for something different, and research is not that thing. But thankfully there is an alternative to research, and I actually discovered this 2 years before I graduated from uni, and that is called Science Communication, or SciComm, as a lot of people would like to call it. I had this idea that maybe SciComm is something that I'd really like, and turns out it is. But the challenge for me is, where in my home country, the Philippines, would I find a company or an organization that focuses solely on science communication? I know of none. Where? I had a brainwave. I'm watching all of these channels on YouTube that focus on science communication, from guys like Minute Physics, Veritasium, Physics Girl, Braincraft, and Vsauce, that I decided to actually make a YouTube channel and make science videos. But ironically, I only have 4 science videos as of today, and you could check that out in the annotation. The thing about making science videos is that it takes time. The research, you have to make sure everything is accurate, everything is correct, and the filming and the voiceover and the stuff like that, the scripting, and of course you'd have to make it very understandable to people, that anyone can pick it up. And that is the big challenge, because it's not always straightforward to put scientific jargon and many complex scientific terms into words that normal people can understand. And by normal I mean non-science people, because apparently science people are not normal, they're crazy. But I've come to accept that, no problem. But it takes me usually a week to make a good quality science video, from the research to the filming to the editing. So I can't put up a lot of science videos that quickly, because I do not want it to be inaccurate and I don't want to give out the wrong information. As a good scientist, I do not want to give out the wrong information, of course. But actually I have something in mind, and that is to integrate a few bits of science into my VLOGTOBER episodes. So in the next videos, expect to see a few bits of science integrated into the VLOGTOBERs that I'll be doing. And if you do have some suggestions in mind, please do leave them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to try to integrate those concepts into my next episodes. And with that said, I don't want to take any more of your time. See you in tomorrow's VLOGTOBER, and of course leave a like if you learned something from this video or found it to be amusing or inspiring in a way. And I'll see you in tomorrow's VLOGTOBER. Cheerio mates, and don't forget to leave a suggestion down below. Yes? Cool. Thank you.